Hello, we're back here with another video, guys, and today we're talking about who the Minnesota Timberwolves will draft with the number 1 overall pick. So if you like this comment, let me hear you guys. Drop a like down below, subscribe, and stick around for more NBA content like this by subscribing. So let's talk about this guy who I think will go number 1. And we'll talk about 3 prospects. The first one being Anthony Edwards, who I think is the most likely to go number 1. So you're wondering why? Why do you think he's going to be number 1? So besides having the elite length and explosiveness you'd like from a player, so the way I think about it says he's 6'3". He's closer to 6'5". I've seen in other places. So you're hoping that basically he reminds me a lot of Andrew Wiggins, what he was coming out of college. This guy who wasn't the most efficient scorer, but could score. He had everything needed to be an amazing scorer, from physical profile to the moves. It was just the efficiency. And what happened is that he was really good at attacking the rim. So what you do is you hope a guy who's really good at attacking the rim does 2 things. He'll either just attack the rim and take threes. Well, Wiggins became a guy who was really good at attacking the rim, and he just was taking too many mid-rangers. And you don't want to take mid-range because it's an inefficient shot. If you're going to take a long jumper, you might as well make it a three-pointer. And he wasn't hitting those three-pointers he was shooting. So, he was losing confidence. And to go with him not being the efficient scorer that we thought he was going to be, like he had shown in his second season, he didn't develop on defense. Well, Anthony Edwards has all the strength, length, and quickness needed to be a lockdown defender from the 1 through the 4 position, if it's a smaller 4 that we're going with these smaller ball lineups, and in theory. And he develops all the traits needed to guard anyone. He can literally start day 1 really being an average to an above average defender, and really go on to be an all NBA defender. That's the potential he has defensively. On the offensive side, he immediately fits in as a perfect third fiddle who's an amazing fit for a team like the Minnesota Timberwolves. A great fit who he's not going to be pressured like he was in Atlanta to be taking all these shots. He's not going to feel like he has to be the main scorer. He's going to be the third scorer behind KarlAnthony Towns and D'Angelo Russell, which is great, okay? Because he had a problem of thinking that he had to do everything. Now he doesn't have to do everything. He has to make sure that every shot he shoots is going to go in, is going to be the highest efficient shot he can, which is going to help him develop into a really good player. So with that being said, he has to help himself become a better player, become a gym rat, work on his shooting and his form. So he's not going to end up being obviously a bad player. So it just comes down, I think obviously we can all agree that he is the perfect third fiddle for a KarlAnthony Towns and D'Angelo Russell, because even though they're not really good defensively, he has the highest defensive potential out of the 3 of them as of right now. Maybe hopefully KarlAnthony Towns has shown up a little bit defensively, not as much as he'd liked, but maybe in the Anthony Edwards and Josh Okogie, they could be a really good defensive duo. So now, the second guy, I think they could draft. I really don't think LaMelo Ball is going there. LaVar Ball wouldn't allow it, and LaMelo would request a trade because they don't want to be in Minnesota. They don't want to be in Minneapolis. Don't get me wrong, I'm a Minnesota Timberwolves fan, and I don't even want LaMelo there. What is he going to play? D'Angelo Russell got shipped out once for a ball brother. He's not going to get shipped out again. There's thoughts of James Wiseman coming into town. Why would we get James Wiseman? Because if we get James Wiseman, KarlAnthony Towns could play a role like Anthony Davis. That's actually quite interesting if you think about it. Because due to the fact that Anthony Davis, KarlAnthony Towns have a similar profile, two bigs who can handle the ball well. And Anthony Davis has came out and said he likes to play power forward position instead of the center position, as we have seen, because obviously he is a mismatch against power forwards. And KarlAnthony Towns is a mismatch for centers because he's faster and quicker, but he will also be a mismatch for power forwards. So imagine if we put James Wiseman at the center position, rebounding, defense, offense that we all believe in, not being pressured to develop. Even though I think Wiseman's going to go to the Warriors. and move KarlAnthony Towns to the power forward position. Have yourself Jake Layman and Josh Okogie or Jared Culver out there with D'Angelo Russell moving the rock. That's really nice. In theory, it all comes down to if KarlAnthony Towns wants to play the center position, which, all in all, we might not know that he actually doesn't want to do that. He does not want to play the power forward position. He wants to play the center position. And if that's the case, this wouldn't work, or nor would Onyeka Okongwu, who might be the better center in this draft, because it's up in the air. It's tossed in the air. Who's better, Okongwu or is it Wiseman? It's really a preference at that point. Either way, that's the other guy that I think could be. And with the final guy, who I think is the least likely, but I think is the most interesting if they trade down, is Deni Avdija. Deni Avdija is a small forward who I believe is a more athletic and a better defensive player than Hedo Turkoglu, but he's very similar. He's a point forward like Hedo Turkoglu was, a good shooter, a good facilitator, just like Hedo Turkoglu was. Has a very, very similar game to Hedo Turkoglu, except Hedo I think was 6'10", and Deni's about 6'8". It's between 6'7" and 6'9". We don't have the official measurements right now. And Deni Avdija has all this hype, and I'm not saying these weaknesses are because he's white or anything. It's just the common most common stereotypical Euro player weaknesses are coming up. He's not fast enough for NBA caliber players. He's not as good a shooter for NBA caliber players. He can't do this because he isn't up to NBA caliber things, and I don't believe that. I do firmly believe that Deni Avdija is up to par to play in the NBA. And just like Luka Doncic, he is going to surprise people. The Israeli Hedo Turkoglu is going to come out and going to shit on people because they're not going to expect him to be this good. So that's it. I think Deni Avdija is least likely. James Wiseman being the second least likely, and most likely to be drafted is Anthony Edwards to the Minnesota Timberwolves at number 1 because I think he can be what Andrew Wiggins was supposed to be. That's just my take. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, guys. If you guys did, please let me hear down below in the comments section. As always, guys, I hope you guys have a great day because I know I will. Till next, guys. Peace out.